All right. Going to be doing some Patreon requests today, and we're going to start things off with Bill McLaughlin, who asked me to do a version of Infestation, the IDW event that involved zombies and then Cthulhu, but in a different twist. That being the Skaven invading IDW comics. So, as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below. Head on over to my Patreon. Hit the third tier. Yeah, hit the third tier. That'll allow you access to do so, as well as check out all the other videos on the other tiers and polls and stuff on the others tiers as well. Anyway, so let's get started with the video. So for those who don't know what Infestation was basically IDW's first major crossover, kinda. Basically, in the first one, it was it was G.I. Joe, Transformers, Ghostbusters, Star Trek, and they all crossed over with zombies. But it was more like zombies were invading the universe. And then it was more of a crossover in Infestation 2, where it was H.P. Lovecraft monsters, where you had Ninja Turtles, Transformers again, you had G.I. Joe, you had, who else? Dungeons and Dragons, I think, and 30 Days of Night, and a few others here and there. And I've always wanted them to bring back Infestation for a third time around. But, yeah, so we're going to do this. So this is going to be, the Skaven invading IDW comics. So let's get started. So the story is, our backstory is that Clan Scryer has been working tirelessly on a new invention that's been killing a lot of Skaven, but that's a day that ends in Y, really. And basically Ikit Claw has been fronting this project, and eventually the Council of 13 hears about it, and they're just like, what you do make this stupid, like, this is whatever you're making. And Ikit basically proclaims that, like, the Skaven need more worlds, and he believes that there are other worlds out there that aren't touched by Skaven hands, and there's worlds that we can pillage, there's worlds that we can infest, everywhere, but we need to go there, so this will take us there. So basically, with enough warpstone, the gateways open, and the 5 great clans of the Skaven are the first ones to go through. Each clan goes into a different universe, so it's 5 different tie-ins with the 5 great clans. So the first one we're going to talk about is the attack of Clan Eshin in the Ninja Turtle universe. So in this story, basically, if you're wondering, this is just kind of nebulous of the Ninja Turtle comics. This isn't really following the Jason Aaron books or anything. So basically, in here, Clan Eshin has taken up residence within New York. And you got to remember, Clan Eshin are like master assassins. So they're basically sweeping across New York and basically killing off members of the Hand in such ways that even the Hand and the Shredder is like, these aren't the Turtles. Like, he knows how the Turtles fight, and he knows how Splinter fights, and he's just like, this is not how they operate. This is a new kind of enemy. So Shredder contacts the Ninja Turtles, who've also been investigating this, and they're just like, that is insulting to me. Like, I don't know who they are, but but I call a truce between the Foot and and Clan Yamato, Clan Hamato, until this is over. So Splinter agrees, even though especially Raphael really doesn't like it. But the Turtles and Splinter agree, and eventually they do discover this is Clan Eshin, who are essentially taking out any kind of opposition so they could take over New York. However, we do get a fight. If this was a comic, we would get a fight between Splinter and Deathmaster Skitch. Like, that's the whole thing. Deathmaster Skitch versus Splinter. That would be the whole thing. I would even have it that Skitch battles, like, he's that good. Like, that's the... I know I'm saying, like, oh, the Skaven are so OP. No, Deathmaster Skitch is just that OP. Where I could easily see him fighting Splinter, Shredder, and all of the Turtles all at once and holding his own. So eventually the other Deathmasters show up, and eventually the Turtles have to and the Shredder have to turn to an unexpected ally. That being the Rat King, since they're rats, so we need someone who can control rats. So they actually break out the Rat King from prison and make him control the rats and force them back into submission. And then the Rat King has this moment of like, yeah, a whole army of ninja rats that can kill all of you. And Raph just goes, I already know where this is going. It just bonks him. So the Clan Eshin is, before they're all killed, what happens is the Great Horn Rat would always just appear and just be like, yep, that's mine. and Mikey's just sitting there like, we all saw that, right? Anyway, so there you go. That's the tie-in for the Ninja Turtles. Next is Godzilla. Godzilla's opponent is Clan Molder. And basically Lord Skrulk Clan Molder's been in the shadows of Tokyo, kidnapping people and even like monitoring kaiju attacks and going out in the dead of night to collect samples of kaiju, whether it be Godzilla, Hedorah, things like that. And Lord Skrulk basically wants to make like the ultimate abomination, and just create. And basically, yes, he makes a kaiju-sized rat abomination made from the DNA and made from like the samples of various kaiju. So you just have like this huge, disgusting rat creature that has just a chimera of monsters that Godzilla has to fight. So Godzilla does battle with this kaiju abomination. And I'm sorry if the mic's picking that up. Someone's vacuuming out there. I'm sorry. But yeah, so Godzilla does battle with the Hell Pit abomination. And it's even, like, you have to understand, this thing would be, if I could make art of this, it'd be bigger than Godzilla. It's like towering over him. And Godzilla has to overcome it with everything he has. So eventually he does kill it and actually discovers Clan Molder, who've been watching the whole thing. And Lord Skrulk's like, uh-oh. Because Godzilla like looks directly at them, and Skrulk's just like, oh, run, flee now. And sure enough, Godzilla just starts blasting the entire area, incinerating Skaven in the millions, until the Great Horn Rat grabs them, puts them back, and that's the end of that tie-in. So now we come to our next one, and this is about Clan Moors, and Clan Moors has invaded the Dungeons & Dragons universe. In this story, Clan Moors, led by Lord Nardwuar and Queek Headtaker, they have come upon a town in the Dungeons & Dragons universe, and I'd even have a moment where, like, Lord Nardwuar is like, did we even go anywhere? Like, that's, like, Nardwuar's talking to Queek, and he's just like, did we go anywhere? Did we just, like, this doesn't look, like, this just basically looks like our universe. Like, what's the deal? I don't, like, and then eventually they do come upon, like, oh, because they're like, there's elves, there's dwarves, what is going on? But eventually, Nardwuar is like, well, if this is a different universe, then we can move move unhindered by the other clans. And that's what happens, is that with Nardwuar at the helm and Queek as his spear tip, the Skaven just proceed to just wreck house across the Dungeons & Dragons universe. They are just absolutely devastating everyone in sight. They are just like attacking kingdoms. They're attacking elven fortresses. Excuse me. They're attacking dwarven holds of old. They are just wrecking house left and right. And eventually, like, it's very clear that Clan Moors has essentially like gained a massive foothold in the universe. Like, they are just basically they have dominated a lot of the Dungeons & Dragons universe. However, a band of heroes have just decided to bumblefuck their way into the situation, and through a bunch of means, a party of heroes end up defeating Queek and Nardwuar, leading to them getting flung back into the universe. So now we come to Clan Pestilence. And in Clan Pestilence, Lord Nurglich and his plague cult have invaded the world of Mobius. They are in the Sonic the Hedgehog universe. And yeah, Clan Pestilence is unleashing a new variant of the Red Pox across Mobius, and it's basically devastating the wildlife. I don't know what you call them because I'm not the biggest Sonic guy. I know the big Sonic lore here, but yeah. So Lord Nurglich and his plague cult, they are just tearing ass with this disease, leading to an alliance between Sonic and Eggman. Robotnik. Sonic and Robotnik have to team up because it's affecting his. It's even gotten so bad that it's actually affecting robots. It's actually like this new version of the Red Pox is actually infesting machines. It's turning them to rust and stuff. And Sonic literally cannot get near them because he's infected too. Now his speed, his metabolism, is fighting off the disease. Also, his connection to the Chaos Emeralds have also been helping him. And same with Shadow, is that Shadow's connection to the to it, as well as his, he's the ultimate life form. So the disease is actually, he's fighting back against it, even more than Sonic. So Sonic and Shadow are really the only ones who are not. Sonic and Shadow are the only ones unaffected, and Robotnik is basically trying to synthesize a cure with alongside Tails, who's also fighting the disease, but he's losing. Eventually, they do. Sonic does eventually start succumbing to it, but again, Shadow just proclaims, "I'm the ultimate life form, bitch," and uses the Chaos Emeralds to banish Clan Pestilence back into their universe, and also burn away the plague once he goes Super Shadow. So there you go. Finally, our last one is Star Trek, and if you're wondering where we are, this is Strange New Worlds, and they are at war with Clan Scryer. So the Clan Scryer, the one place you didn't want them to be is the Star Trek universe, because they end up on a random Romulan planet, and they kill everyone at a outpost. The Romulan outpost goes dark, and now Clan Scryer is like, look at all the toys. We're going to have so much fun. So Clan Scryer immediately gets to work on reverse engineering Romulan technology. Of course, the Romulans, when a colony world and its military base of operations goes dark, they tend to point fingers. So they're already accusing the Federation of a Black Ops mission, and the Federation is like, we didn't do it. It is a show of good faith. We will go, if you allow us, we'll go into the neutral zone and discover what's going on, and help you discover what's going on. This is so they contact the Enterprise and are like, dude, Pike, you gotta go, man. It's bad. You are the only person to prevent a war. Prove it wasn't the Federation, and maybe this could help talks of official peace talks with the Romulans. So they go with some escorted by Romulan warbirds, and what they find is that Clan Scryer has conquered the planet, and they're retrofitting these janky Romulan warbirds. They're all painted with rat stuff on them, and there's a moment where Pike's like, "Number one, yes, Captain. I'm seeing this, right? Yes, Captain. They're rats with ships." And Pike's just like, retirement is going to be so sweet when this is all over. So Pike and the group, alongside the Romulans, go down to the planet to fight off the Ikit Claw and the other members of Clan Scryer, even encountering rat ogres who now have phaser cannons attached to their arms. You also have mutated Romulans who are turned into Romulan rat hybrids. Just a bunch of horrible things that Clan Scryer has created into the people. The Romulan, they proceed to just fight off try to fight their way through it, but it's very clear if the Skaven get off this world, they're going to start infesting everything. So the Romulans, behind the Federation's back, contacted High Command, the Romulan High Council, and just said, we should just glass the planet. It's the only way to be sure. And sure enough, there's a Romulan the Romulans are sanctioning a massive glassing of the planet to keep Clan Scryer from getting off world. However, seeing that they're about to be bombed out of existence, Ikit basically has a return switch to his universe and clicks and sends everyone back to his world, to his universe, just as the proton bombs start bombing them. And yes, they didn't tell the Federation, and they're like, we're sorry, we had to keep, secrecy was the utmost importance. Yeah, I wish you told. And Pike's just like, well, we'll be on our way. We'll be sure to mention that report of you bombing the planet. I'm sure you blasting the planet's surface while we were still on it was a mistake. Of course, Captain. We were allies. So we will escort you out. No need. We know the way home. Cut the feed. So they go, and all the Skaven meet back up again back in their universe, and they're like, this dumb stupid, and they just break the fucking thing, and they just break the fucking gateway, and they're just like, we stay in universe, this good safe universe. So there you go, guys. That is Infestation Vermitide. I want to thank Bill McLaughlin for this Patreon request, as well as continued patronage. This was a lot of fun. Yeah. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of it? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.